Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Savannah Shantae, aka SC or Queen V, whichever you want to say. But today I'm back with another video, and it is another review video. This time I'm going to be reviewing a delivery job called Amazon Flex. I'm going to be telling you what it's like to work for Amazon Flex, the pros and the cons, and basically what you do working for Amazon Flex. I'm going to be 100% honest. This is 100% my opinion. If you're interested in doing Amazon Flex, or you work for Amazon Flex, maybe in a different state, then you'll see like the differences or, you know, the similarities. Just basically a simple review video. And like I said, again, this is solely my opinion. This is what I think about Amazon Flex. It differs per person, per area. Working for Amazon Flex, I haven't really worked for them. I haven't done too many blocks with them, but I'll tell you, my first block with Amazon Flex, my first day had me thinking that I didn't want to do Amazon Flex anymore. So I deliver in Springfield, Virginia, and I actually live in Maryland, which is about 15 minutes away from there. So it's not bad to get to the pickup station. My pickup station is 20 minutes from my house, which is not bad. And they tell you to arrive 15 minutes before your scheduled block. Because once you're more than 5 minutes late, I think you get penalized or you start getting deductions. I'm not sure. But basically, my first block was at 3:30. I arrived by 3:15. They let us in about 3:25, basically in the line with your car. So I go into the factory, which is an industrial drive in Springfield, Virginia. It's an Amazon factory. And as I'm in the factory, you have to scan this code when you enter it. Is to basically arrival code, so that the app knows that you're there, you're ready to deliver. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just schedule hours and, you know, just not show up, because you have to scan that arrival code. So basically, you scan that arrival code, and then you pull into a spot, and they give you boxes. See, my first time, I'm not really familiar with Virginia because I don't live in Virginia. So I pull into my spot, and they're bringing over a cart with boxes, and it's about 13 boxes. And I'm like, okay, this is not bad for my first shipment. I had my boyfriend with me because this was my first time doing it, so we did it together, and we, you know, went delivering together. So they pull the boxes over there, and basically the address they gave me is 45 minutes away from where I am. So mind you, I told you it takes me 20 minutes to get from my house to Springfield, and now I have to drive 45 minutes, 50 more minutes away from the location. So basically now I'm an hour and 30 minutes away from my house. It's 33 miles away. That's pretty far. And, you know, so I'm like, I didn't know. So when I accepted the packages, I'm just like, okay, this Virginia, it's not going to take me too far. I'm thinking I'm going to be delivered in Springfield. But when I got the packages, it took me way past Manassas, Virginia. Like, and that's really far from me. And then there's traffic, and then I have to get gas. So basically, I filled up my tank before I delivered. And by the time I went all the way out Manassas and drove around delivering the packages, when I got actually to Manassas, Virginia, the packages, the delivery, they wasn't like far apart. So that's how they took me to. And then after I made that delivery, I got the signature. The next house was literally about 10 minutes away. Then the next house was 2 minutes away in the same development. Then the next house was about 7 minutes. So they weren't so far apart, but it was just how far out I had to go to deliver. So I filled up my tank, and by the time I finished doing the deliveries, I'm already at a half a tank. So I'm just like, whoa, like, you know, and I'm only making $54. So 20 of that had to go back into my tank. So was it really worth it? Like all this hour and a half driving, then I have to drive 50 minutes back, and then I don't think it was worth it, like for $54. And then so basically after I finished that block, that was from 3:30 to 6:30. And then I finished my deliveries about 5:40, and then I get a alert from Amazon, and it's like, do you want to pick up another block from 7 until 9, and you'll get paid $46. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll pick up this block. And then I accepted it, and so they're like, okay, head to the pickup station, which was back in Springfield. So I had to drive all the way back from Manassas, 50 minutes to Springfield. So I got to Springfield about 6:40, and my block was at 7. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait 5 minutes because they said don't be more than 15 minutes early and don't be more than 5 minutes late. So I got there at 6:40, and I waited for an hour to get into the factory to pick up my packages. An hour. Like, I got there at 6:40. They were so backed up. There were so many cars, like literally a line wrapped around the warehouse of people in their cars waiting to get into the factory to pick up their orders to take them out. So I even said I was the 6:45 time block. I said I was 15 minutes earlier than what I really was, which was 7 o'clock. So 6:45 comes, and then 6:50, and the next thing I know is 7 o'clock. The next thing I know is 7:15, and it's 7:30, and then it's 7:45, and then 7:50. They finally let us in the warehouse to pick up the packages a whole hour and 5 minutes after what I was scheduled to be there. So by the time I get into the warehouse, I'm so late that I can't scan my arrival code. So they just think, Amazon thinks that I just never showed up. Basically, I'm just like, really ticked off. I'm irritated. I'm just like, I didn't sign up for this. I signed up to deliver, not be waiting an hour to deliver. And then after that, we get into the warehouse, back to me getting into the warehouse, and I put in my spot, and they bring over a cart. Mind you, my first delivery was 3 hours. And in that 3 hours, I got 13 boxes. So when I came in, I'm already an hour late. You're not supposed to deliver after 10, I think. And they bring me a cart with about 45 boxes. I'm like, hold on, what? I'm here for 2 hours, and you giving me all these packages to deliver in 2 hours? And then I'm already late, so I really have an hour to deliver this? And then I check the locations, and it's like, they're taking me from Maryland to Virginia. Fort Washington is not far from where I live at. So I saw packages for Fort Washington. I'm like, okay, cool, I can do this. This is where I live. I'm familiar with the area. It's not too far from Springfield. It's about a 15-minute drive. And then I see Fairfax. I'm like, hold on. This is 30 minutes away from where I am. By the time I get there, I'm going to have 45 minutes to deliver. And when I don't finish delivering, I have to bring back to the station, waiting in another line. I'm just like, hold on. And I call a guy over there. I'm like, hey, why do I have deliveries in Fort Washington? Then I have some in Arlington. Then I have some in Fairfax. Then I have some back in Manassas. He's like, oh, do you see the number on the boxes? I'm like, okay, yes, this says N30. This says N31. This says N32. He's like, these are 4 different routes. I said, so why are they bringing me, 4 different routes? Oh, because it's close to the end. They want to get as many packages out as they want. I said, well, that's not being considerate for your drivers. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting $43 to burn $43 worth of gas, basically driving from Fort Washington to Fairfax and then back out Manassas an hour away. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. So basically, I'm like, he's like, well, pick one that you want to do. And I said, okay, I'll take the Fort Washington one because, that's not too far, 15 minutes away. I could probably get these packages done within the time frame versus me trying to drive to Fairfax. I don't know the area. I would have to be, it was going to be too much. So I'm like, okay. So he takes the packages that they just threw in my cart, and I kept the N30, which was the Fort Washington one. And then so I go to try to scan the packages, and before you pick up the packages, I didn't let you know that you have to scan each package, and they get the address, and that's how they map it to tell you which delivery goes which, so you won't be driving, all over the place. I go to scan the packages, and basically, since I never scanned the arrival code, I couldn't deliver. So I waited an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes outside just to get into the factory. Another 30 minutes in the factory trying to sort out the boxes because they gave me anything. Another 5 minutes trying to, pull up my app to scan my packages. And then I called the guy over again. I'm like, hey, I can't sign in. I never scanned in, so they won't allow me to deliver. So he looks at my name. He like, I don't have a route for you. I don't have you on my schedule. I'm like, I signed up for the 7 to 9 p.m. He's like, are you late? I said, I'm late because of y'all. I was sitting outside the factory trying to get in. Well, I don't have a route for you. So I'm just like, we literally just waited and wasted an hour and 45 minutes of our time just for you to tell us we don't have a route for us. So instead of me making $100 in that day, I ended up leaving with $54. And I had to put 20 of that back in my tank. So that just made me not want to do Amazon Flex again. And I'm just like, it's not really worth it, It's not fair. They should base your delivery off of where you live, I think. If that's any way possible. Or you should at least get to select your area and what you choose to deliver. Don't say Springfield and then have me in Manassas. Don't say Springfield and have me out Fairfax. You have me in Fort Washington. You know, if it's gonna be Springfield, that's the area I signed up for. Let me deliver in Springfield. You know, so I end up driving 150 miles that day, which put me closer and closer to an oil change. I end up burning more than half a tank of gas. I had to get refilled up on gas. I end up, you know, wasting 2 hours of my time that I can't get back, you know, waiting inside a factory. So that's my review on Amazon Flex. Say I'm not going to let that one experience ruin for me. So I say I'm going to go back out and try it again. Maybe sometime next week or maybe sometime this weekend just to see. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to talk to them like, hey, you know, I'm going to familiarize myself with Virginia in a different city. So when I get packages that I know that's like 2 hours away, an hour away, I'm going to say, you know what? It's honestly not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to ask them, could I get something in Fort Washington? Maybe I'll take something in Alexandria. Maybe something in Arlington. Arlington is fine, but don't send me out Manassas. Please don't send me out Fairfax. No. But yeah, that's my honest review on what it's like working for Amazon Flex. And oh yeah, I guess I can't really include the pay because I only got paid one time, which was $54. And if you divide that by 3, that's $18 an hour. So that's basically how much you make working for Amazon Flex. $18 an hour, which isn't bad. But at the same time, you're doing a lot for that $18 an hour. But yeah, that's it. Talk to you guys later.